Hi everyone, welcome to the health tip this week. This is Dr. Marco. So this week I have a very special guest all the way from the other side of the world. So I'm going to describe a little bit about who we're interviewing here and why I'm interviewing him. And there's going to be an invitation for you as my patient base to maybe come and participate in an event that might be very helpful for you all. So I have the honor, I guess, one of my longtime wellness patients, Sandra, was connected to Dr. Oudi here, and she said you should talk to him. He's going to be coming to North America. He might be able to do talks around. And so Dr. Oudi is going to be coming to speak at an event that I go to every Thursday. As my patients, some of you might know this. I've tried to promote it, but I go to a networking event for professionals every Thursday morning. And Dr. Oudi is actually going to be coming to the Toronto area, and he's an international speaker, best-selling author, and he's going to be talking about certain things, and he's going to have a special talk at one of our meetings. It's an early morning meeting. You have to get up for this, but I'm inviting all my patients to come and listen to Dr. Oudi and be my guest at this morning event. And I'll tell you when that is after, and I'll put it all in the notes afterwards. But what I'd like to do right now, I'd like to introduce Dr. Oudi, and I'm just going to get him to give us like a highlight of what you might expect to hear at this special presentation. So right now you're in Abu Dhabi, that's correct?
Correct.
All right. So tell us a little bit about your background maybe and how you got to where you are, and then briefly talk about the event, what you're going to be speaking at the event.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Dr. Marco, for the invite. Basically, your patients are going to be familiar with what I do because I'm a 24-year practicing chiropractor. I practice very little nowadays because in my first year as a chiropractor, I noticed, and as the first chiropractor said many years ago, the reason why we get subluxations in the first place, these spinal issues, oftentimes is due to the way we think, is due to our attitude, is due to our stress and that kind of thing. And most people don't have the tools necessarily to deal with that. And so being a psychology grad from the University of Toronto, I was totally fascinated with how your thinking can affect your physiology. And I started doing spinal scans and showing the effect on, on the body in terms of when you coach people, in terms of their mindset and that sort of thing. So I'm living in Abu Dhabi right now, as you mentioned, and I'm traveling to Canada to speak to Adobe and some other organizations. I speak on various subjects, team building, health and wellness, corporate wellness, that sort of thing. But I'll be speaking to the business group, to the BNI chapter, about my latest book called Fear Forward. And the concept in a nutshell is the first assumption is that if you want to move forward in life, you got to face your issues. There's really no way around that. And to make greatest progress in your life, you got to face your greatest issues. And what do most people do? They face every other thing except that. And then they remain stuck, as you are well aware. They get stuck in the mindset, but they get stuck in not only the psychology, get stuck in physiology. And so, yeah, I'll be speaking about Fear Forward and showing people that at the center of every problem, I believe, at the very least, sits fear as a component. And sometimes the cause of our issues, our problems, our stresses, our struggles. But I want to show people how they can actually leverage fear so that they can make the greatest progress in their life. And I'm talking health, I'm talking wealth, and I'm talking relationships.
Perfect. Those are kind of like the wellness wheel of life, right? And a lot of different things that go into like how healthy you are as a person, and
exactly.
Being able to have the strategies to get over one of your major fears can help people. Like I know about fear of heights or fear of public speaking, all those kind of things. So there's a lot of stuff that kind of hang people up, and a lot of that fear, I know we say it just gets incorporated into the neurology of the body, right? So obviously
100%.
The work that we do, we try to naturally get the body to be self-healing and self-regulating, but it's always good to have some strategies and just have somebody kind of direct people in a way of how they can maybe think about situations that have been hanging them up. And that's kind of probably what you're going to be going into, I presume, right?
Yes, and you know what's fascinating is that now you turn a pain-based patient into a wellness patient. And no dentist wants to see a patient come in with cavities over and over again. Just like no chiropractor wants to see people stuck in their old patterns.
That's right.
If they can use your services for preventative care and then bring the people who are stuck in pain, you can start focusing on other people. We can kind of pass a torch.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the approach.
All right. That's great. Thursday morning, April 18th. And we're going to be at 6:45 a.m. There's a really good breakfast at this venue too. And it's called M Worldwide. It's just north of my office, like 7 minutes north around the Highway 7 Leslie area in there. I'll put the address and everything under the video so you guys can all find it. And if anyone is interested in my office, please just email the office, reply to the video here, and I'll try to set you up so you could come. There's a $20 fee for guests for the event, but there will be some of the business stuff going on at the beginning of the meeting too, so you guys can get to know all the other entrepreneurs that I work with and I try to get business for, because that's my job, to get them business, because they do a good job just like I do, and they need services, and a lot of you as my patients will need services. Everyone needs somebody that does some of these things that they all do. So that's why we like to try to promote each other. So that's your health tip for this week. I want to thank Dr. Oudi for spending a little time with us today, and we'll see you all at that meeting, hopefully. So that's the health tip, and we'll see you next time.